Yes, people. What's going on? Welcome to another episode of the Flexing KG Show. Yes, 9 minutes later than its usual time. Had to wait for KG to get in the room, mate. You know how it got. No, we're not doing that. Hey, don't worry. We're not doing that. Yeah, just straight back in from Talk Sports, straight into the hot seat. The trains do what trains do. This is what it is. No excuses. We're 8 minutes late today.
My excuses.
Me.
No excuses. My excuses.
No excuses.
That's
just
what
reasons.
the manager does when he's. Yeah,
no excuses.
I respect it.
Just reasons, mate. Just reasons. Not excuses.
I respect it. I'm here, mate. I'm here. End of the day, mate.
You're here, mate. And you know what? It's the day before. You know, we're heading up to Carrington tomorrow.
Tag, it's not me, bro. I always see you lot in the thingy.
No,
but I just think,
it's not KG. It wasn't Kate. No, today. Just don't respond to them. It was not KG. The reason why we're late today. It normally is him, though. That's why they do say that. But today, it's not bullshit. You get a reputation. The reason you get a reputation is because people.
I get to your house nice and early. I give myself Nintendo. I give myself create my village time. You know my games.
Yeah, not all the time. Sometimes the Blackpool Tunnel.
Yeah, you know it.
No, not all the time. Not all the time. Yeah. But no, it wasn't KG today. Let's go through some of the chat.
Not KG getting distracted by one comment.
That's what I'm saying. This is what you do. That's what I'm saying. Literally one.
It wasn't that. It wasn't that.
And yes, KG is. Doreen says, "Is KG doing a watch on for Arsenal tonight?" Of course he is.
Yes,
you know what I mean. We'll all be locked in. Hopefully, you know, praying for that Ruben stench still being there.
DNA.
You know what I mean?
Ruben
yes.
DNA.
Because really, they won 6-0 the other day. You know what I mean? Without man playing the same thing, they're not just gonna forget everything. So hopefully they should.
Well, our players still remember the old times, even the new ones.
Exactly. It was Flex. You can tell when he is over cheerful. Because it was me. Yeah, Flex taking the blame for his players. Good captain. Well, that's what I'm saying. You could look at it like that. That's what I'm saying. Just trying to protect my guys. You know, Flex don't gaslight us. It was KG, wasn't it? Wow. They could really read between the lines, innit? They know I'm trying to protect you.
I'm not even gonna.
You just can't lie to the community. You just can't lie to the community.
Wow. I'm not gonna get involved.
No, don't get involved. Mate. I'm gaslighted you. But there's a lot to talk about today, man. More rumors and stuff and reports.
Good show this morning as well. Really enjoyed it.
Yes, yeah, it was a good show, innit? I really did. We got to get into our bag and really discuss some stuff in it. It was really good. But a lot coming out about a left back in January again, but on loan. Mike Keegan did a piece talking about the profile of players and how he's going to work with Dan Ashworth and how he's going to continue to get young players still. Like the days of the Casemiro, 70 million, 30 years old, they're still dead. They're still gone. What else did we have? And we had this striker search. Now, I know Victor Boniface was a thing that you was talking about. You know, Florian, my guy, you know what I mean? But Florentin Plettenberg was talking about Theo Hernandez, Kirkes, Alfonso Davis as left wing back options. He was also talking about strikers and Omar Morosa, Kola Mawani, Victor Boniface, Osimhen. Yeah. They're all strikers that are being discussed. So I want to start this striker search. I want to see where you guys are at with it. I want to see where you're at with it, KG. And I want to see how people assess what we've got now up front as a 9. And how you feel, you know, with us going forward about what we should look at.
Well, listen, man, you're talking about this. I was having a look. I had a nice, you just had a nice little bit of scouting, looking at the data, the stats, the players. I was trying to look at Boniface. I was looking at Osimhen.
KG, I don't know if you're hardwired or if you're.
What's wrong?
Yeah, you're a bit pixelated. It was choppy audio.
I'm not getting the thingy. I'm not getting it on mine.
You're looking kind of crazy. They're saying your 144p settings. I don't know,
if I was to do the resetting, that's gonna be mad.
They're talking about the M1 connection, hella fuzz.
I don't know if it's just time. I should. If I do the web check,
are you on your Wi-Fi? Are you on your Wi-Fi?
I'm always. I can never connect, especially through the thingies. I'm always like that.
I can never connect through the thingies.
I can never connect through this bad boy here because it does the BT. It does my TV thing. So I've always done every show is like this. Every show that I do.
But why? But you're a streamer. Why don't you go hardwired?
And literally, it always like every show's like this, and it works. But I don't know what's going on now. I think it's the area because I could put the hardwire in. I've done it sometimes when I'm gaming, bro.
Wow. All right.
So I
We'll just
game
have to let
without
it do its thing.
the Wi-Fi, but I don't know if it's. I think
Wow.
it's literally. I literally think there's something about that. I think it's one of those timings things.
Nah. Chris said Flex probably sold his old setup to KG and used that money to buy a new setup.
What do you know I need to do? I probably just need to go for a. I probably need to get some new community. But then I tried the Virgin one and that wasn't good.
So what's wrong? But ain't you just got a router that you can plug your thing into?
I've got the room. My room. Look, I've got the bad.
No,
thing.
so plug a Ethernet cable from that into
That's
your
what
thing.
I'm saying, bro. This guy.
So why don't you do that? What do you mean then? Explain to me. I'm. What do you mean? Look at him. Look at this guy. Man is saying plug your cable in.
What happened?
Right. So, have you turned off your Wi-Fi?
Yeah. As soon as I plug that in, it goes to hardwire.
No, but have you turned off? Have you turned your Wi-Fi off? Have you turned your Wi-Fi off? Have you clicked it off? You haven't done that, have you? Look at your computer. You haven't done that. And now he's gone. Look at him. Jesus Christ. I just can't with him. This is listen, I was 8 minutes late. Like, we know that. But KG the comedian, Wi-Fi or lack of right on cue, and he's just not there. He's just not there. You know what I mean? Man's on a 3310. Plug the cable in. I don't know. Is it me? I don't know. Hold on. There you go. There you go. There's you and you.
Is it better?
You're there. I can hear you.
Is it better? No.
Not really.
I told you. It's not that. I'm telling you, like, you know when you know your stuff.
It's
like, I feel like it's worse.
Yeah.
But hey, no, it's fine.
It is worse.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, but it's sorting itself out now.
Okay.
Okay. Well, we'll go from here. We'll just. You're a little bit delayed, but we'll go from here. Can you hear me all right?
I can hear you perfect.
Oh,
and
I
you
can
know
see
I
you
hate
perfect.
like this.
I know, of course, but I can see you perfect now, and I can hear you. So maybe it worked. I don't know. Right. Should we do a reset? I feel like we did a reset because I feel like you're agitated from this. We're back. Are you ready to start the show?
Yeah, what's going on? Welcome, bro.
Oh.
It's got worse. It's got worse. Don't lie. That's what I'm saying, man.
All right, man. Just go back to your Wi-Fi, man. Just click it back on, bro.
Just carry on talking. Man. I'll be back.
We're gonna talk strikers and the need for a striker. I'm so gone. Wait there. This is just an absolute nightmare. Let's just look at what's going on here. I'm just gonna be in one screen because I gotta wait for him to get there and Oki. Because there's no point even me changing all of that. It's a shit show. It's a shit show. I'm set up for two people. I'm not set up for one. So I'm just gonna be in this box like this. Because there's no point me doing all of this and trying to move all of that. Let's just wait for him to come back. You know what I mean? Let's just wait for him to come back because this is a lot. Let's talk strikers. Osman, Kolo Muani, Boniface vibes. I'm not so sure. Because at the end of the day, It's about money. It's about money. We've spent big. I was doing a show with Saeed earlier today, and he was like, "Do you reckon we should have got Harry Kane? We should just put all the money in for Harry Kane." And the problem is that we've invested over 74 million into Rasmus Højlund. We've invested big money into Xerxes combined, and we're no better off. You're in, bro. You're in. And
Thank you, God.
There you go.
We'll just have to deal with it, and it'll get better.
No, we're dealing with it. We're dealing with it. Absolutely, we're dealing with it. We spent a lot of money on those guys, and at the moment, we haven't seen a return. The return on investment's not been good. Now, yes, Højlund is young, but already now we are looking at going into the summer needing another striker. There's no way that Ruben Amorim is not going to need a top-notch striker in this system. We can see it already. You know what I mean? We can see it already. So, Osimhen's weird because the Napoli thing fell through. He's now at Galatasaray.
Why is it
so
weird?
It feels like
why is it weird?
No, it's weird because of how he was hot property season before last, had not as good of a season last year. But now there's an opportunity. There's an opportunity to get him because he's fallen out of favour at Napoli. I think he's on a 1-year deal at Galatasaray. So if you do want to go for someone like him, this summer's probably going to be a good time to do it.
Absolutely.
I feel like whoever it is, we must get one. It's non-negotiable. We must get. Obviously, Gyökeres is the dream, of course. Get him, just bring him. He's Amorim's guy, but we must get.
Are you thinking? Because are we looking at a when you're hearing it, is it we're gonna go for one on loan for January, or do you reckon we're gonna suffer to the end of the season and then bring in one at the start of the season? Is that the plan?
I don't think these won't be January. These won't be January. I mean, we're just not gonna have enough money, and Osimhen's on a loan already. Boniface, I can't see in January, and Kolo Muani. That's those.
Kolo Muani, that's the one that they were talking about.
Yeah, and earlier
rubbish?
on, I saw reports to say that there's been no contact as of yet. Doesn't mean there won't be, but there hasn't been any contact as of yet, and that's going to be that's not on the cards right now as it stands. And then he also goes on to talk about the wing backs, Theo Hernandez, Alfonso Davis, and Milos Kerkez of Bournemouth. So there's a lot going on there. Theo Hernandez would be an excellent signing from AC
He'd
Milan.
be a fantastic signing.
As a left wing back
right now,
exactly what we're looking
on my screen right now.
Who AC Milan got?
AC Milan are playing SLB. I don't know what team that is. I don't know what
SLB.
team they're playing right now.
Okay. But yeah,
this is chat.
Yeah. They need
3-1.
We need to invest. They're winning 3-1. We need to address that area. Oh, Slovan Bratislava. We have to improve in that area, and that's looking more like a January thing. But the striker situation ain't gonna go away, bro. It's not gonna go away.
This is the thing, right? With this whole situation, you're looking at Rasmus Højlund, you're looking at Xerxes, and you're looking at Rashi. And don't get twisted, as you said this morning, right? We can't be too quick with our responses to things, right? It was the first game, and they were nervous. They were all over the place. As that great piece of commentary and analysis from Carragher was saying, it was basic, saying, look, these guys didn't know what to do, But then the only thing is, you hope that you can turn Rashi into a player that is a true striker. But then when you really break it down, he's never going to be the back to goals type guy. He's never going to be physical. So when you talk about a solo striker, like a classic solo striker, some of those things, you need that. You know what I mean? Those attributes that Rashi doesn't have, you need. So the only way Rashi really can be reinstalled or be a part of this situation as an inside 10. That's the only way Rashi can properly, truly be in this team, because we're going to see it. There's going to be so many games, and he has to do the link-up play. How many teams? A lot of teams are going to sit back and not give him loads of space to run into. So then, and when you hear other pundits breaking down players, I listened to Gary Neville talking about Rashford and his style of play, which is off the cuff. It's not like saying I don't want to be disrespectful and say he hasn't got a high IQ,
They don't come across like that though. By the way,
but
he
he
plays the
doesn't
game.
play like, you know, he just smashes it at certain times. Now, I think to get us over the line for this season, you might be okay. But when I think of casualties, he's way up there. I get worried now that unless we're playing teams that are going to give us space in behind, Rashi is going to be difficult. So there's two players. Rasmus Højlund, hopefully you can get a tune from him. But Rasmus Højlund is a development. He's looking more and more like a development player every day. He's not looking like somebody that is. But then it's crazy that Man United would go to a 20-year-old and say, hey, young man, lead the line at this club.
Do it now. Yeah, it's crazy.
It's crazy.
But then what's even
insane.
more mad is that we've gone to go and get the Xerxes type who's supposed to go help him. And we're looking at Xerxes and we're going, you're not even a striker. And two, it's early, but is this going to be for you?
He's not a striker,
do you know what I mean? No, he's not.
I don't think he's a striker. You know what I mean?
So we still only have one out and out.
Exactly.
One.
So that's why we have to go in. That's why we have to go in and get that's why we need to really go in and find another one. Now, is Boniface does that back to goal thing nice as well, solid. When you talk about Yam and Dashin and all that, yeah, he's one of them ones, you know, powerful, some pace, you know, and can score goals, like the cutbacks, the simple goals. When you do look at the types of goals he's scoring, he is scoring them strikers goals, which is a plus. But it's difficult, man, because you're asking, we need someone like Gyökeres, isn't it? But then that fee,
everyone does.
Yeah, because when you listen to Arsenal fans, they're saying that's what they need. And I don't even no one talks about Isak, but I don't even see Newcastle. I don't see Newcastle wanting to do something like that themselves. But then if Man United are serious, the same way we went and got Amorim, we need to be able to go into the market and find that young striker that is, I don't want to say young striker, because that's what we've almost done with this Højlund project. And Højlund's supposed to be off the bench, come and do something, and then become the main man. Yeah,
it's true. And I'm just left scratching my head again that we've gone in for two forwards basically in Rasmus and then Xerxes, and we're still no closer basically to having the one. Like I'm not someone just said there, how is Højlund like classed as a dud already? This is crazy. Like I'm not saying he's a dud. I'm just saying like he's just not ready to be that guy for us. Do you know what I mean? Like he's just not. And now we need someone who's ready-made quality to come in now. I don't need someone for the future. I don't need someone who needs to find their feet. I need someone who's a killer now. Do you know what I mean?
Well, this is the thing, because we've said that we want to find that young player. That when are we going to find that signing before he's the man? You know, like when we said, when are we going to find our Kante?
But that could be Rasmus. Like, fine, you got Rasmus. You spent a lot of money getting the guy before the guy. Don't get me wrong, but like it's now it's needs must. Like we've got a project striker. We've got someone you can mold. You've got someone. He's 20, I think, isn't it? Was he 21 yet, Rasmus? Like he's really young.
Do you reckon we should have done the Rasmus? Do you reckon we should have made Rasmus do the Ahmad situation where we brought him in? Then he was someone you send on loan to get football, and then he plays? Or do you reckon like?
Not because
it's kind of worked for Ahmad, really. Like he's gone out and he's kind of found his feet, played some difficult games. It's taken
years to get this.
But look how long it's taken for Ahmad to become what he is now. He probably, the first time we saw Ahmad when we was in Thailand, he weren't ready.
That's what people are saying, bro. Look, they're saying 72 million on loan. Like you can't, bro. We spent big.
No, what I'm saying is he ready to lead a line at Man United?
No, but this is
saying.
We're looking at
a development player, right?
Rasmus should have been 30 million. But guess what? Even if you scout correctly, I was saying this to Owen, or I can't remember who I was saying this to the other day. Even if you scout correctly, 30 million can get you Nicholas Jackson, brother. Do you know what I mean? Nicholas Jackson was 30 million from Villarreal, and like. He can play now. He's got attributes where he's young. He's a project striker. He was raw. He scored about the same goals Rasmus did last year, like 16-ish in the league. Rasmus was overall. But so like if your budget's 30 million, you know, it depended on your scouting. If your scouting's good, you can still get someone handy. We went into the ballpark figure of what Rasmus should have cost, the 35 million, and we came back with Xerxes.
No, but what we can't do, what a goal. What we
No,
can't do
he's not amazing.
right
I'm not
now.
saying he's amazing, but he's better than Hoyt. He can play now. He can play.
Well,
He's
yeah,
doing it.
I'm with you. I'm with you. But what we can't
Sarge
do.
just went to G-Man.
Okay. What we can't do in this moment, though, is forget that the player's development is not all the same. Like, this player can come good. He's just not ready yet. The player that the whole world is getting crazy Gokaras and everyone wants him. Well, guess what? He was a player that was, touted as someone to be really good and this, that, and the other. And it's taken him a while to become this version of him. It's not just happened overnight. And sometimes you get these outliers and these amazing players that straight away, they're brilliant and they start delivering immediately. And these other players, it's going to take them some time. And I think we've had that with Ahmad. We've had that with a few players. The development is just a bit slower. So what do you do now? Because it could be one of them ones when we send him away and say, you're not good enough. You can never play for this club. And then he finds he develops, he age and becomes that player, and that's why you talk about, I know everyone's saying no to the loans and no to this, but I think sometimes those things are the best for a player, especially someone of his age, where it's like, you know what, you've gone out and that's done you a world of good.
I hear what you're saying in terms of because he's not ready yet. But unfortunately for him, it's not his fault. It's the hierarchy's fault. But if you have an outlay of 72 million, you can't be looking to loan out the guy. You can't. Yeah. 72 million pounds we've committed to, bro. Like, I know it's add-ons and whatever, but it's a base of like 65 or 64 or something like that, rising to 70, whatever. But unfortunately for Rasmus, United have committed that sort of money to him. He can't just be on loan.
I think he's suffering from the silliness of the club. The club saying Rasmus last season, Rasmus was the only striker at his young age. That's insanity. There should be 2-3 players ahead of him, and then he jumps in to try and, to get involved. We've done that. We believed in his future. We believed in his potential. And that's why we spent a lot of money thinking, this player will come good. They've done the scouting. I think it's more problem. I think it's more the problem of the club. Remember, at first year, when Ten Hag was breaking this down, he believed he had a 25 goal a game player in Marcus Rashford. He always said, Marcus Rashford can score me close to 30 goals. I need players that are going to help out and supplement the other goals that obviously Rashford's getting the 25 to 30 goals. The next one. Now, Rashford hasn't met his target, and Bruno is another player that hasn't. The goals are not being shared out. And now, because we score even less goals from around the squad, the striker stands out even more.
But the striker's supposed to be the main source of goals, though.
That's the problem.
You, but we've got these wide players, and Rashford had an anomaly of a season. He done that 30 once.
But he believed Rashford could do that. Ten Hag did believe Rashford could do that. Every time he was in an interview, he would tell you Marcus Rashford does this. Yeah.
Well, that was his mistake. Because what evidence did we have to suggest? I know we did it once, and we went, right, can he go again? But like he said, what Rashi's done is in line with his career. It's that. It's a couple of good season, good here, season bad there, just that and the other. It's always been a bit meh with a couple of sprinkles of stardust on top. That's how his career has gone to, like, in the last 6, 7, 8 years. Like that's how it's been. So, and then your number 9, it's almost like we've had such a lack of it. We're forgetting that that's where your main goals are supposed to come from. The striker, like the person who is in front of the goal. Of course, if you're blessed with high scoring wingers, they're supposed to, you've got wide forwards now and stuff like that. Football's changed, but striker's still primary function is supposed to get you goals. Just like the primary function of the keeper is supposed to save shots. Like, we can't forget that. But so really your striker should be getting 15, 20 anyway. And we're nowhere near a striker getting that for us.
I don't know, because this club here is crazy. I remember when we was talking about Evan Ferguson and Brighton put, how much did they say? It was 50, 60 million for that kid. And has he gone back?
It was 100.
That's it. Has he gone backwards?
Stupid like
Like
that.
we're almost. What have you done for me lately? Like who's gonna buy him for that price? If you say
now
before,
they're trying to
Man
learn him.
United fans were saying, let's all get that player for what they're saying, what they want.
Yep.
And this is the thing about strikers, young players, is what I'm saying. Obviously, now we have them in our team. We can spot the faults and see all the issues with them and stuff. But then this is what a young player is looking like, unless you find a super special, like a Harry Kane. What Harry Kane went and done is crazy. It's like he did it one season and he does it again. You're world class. You're different to anything that we're seeing in terms of a young player. Your Rooney's, your those ones. Now it's crazy that how like Welbeck is almost like found this complete, like your Girouds, them they get 30. Older and he's old.
Fine wine, bro. Fine wine, bro.
But I remember when Fergie used to talk about when the players in their prime and their prime years were late ones. It weren't even, and I'm not saying wait till Rasmus Højlund is whatever age. I'm not saying, guys, we'll get a great player in 6 years. No one's got that kind of time. But I'm just saying that him being the main man at Man United is a shambles of how we've been running for years. Yeah. And we never played to the striker. In all the players, we've had Zlatan here, we've had Cavani here, we've had, Falcao, let's forget about his time. But then we've never played directly to this. This has been a thing at Man United.
But those guys still scored goals, though.
But I still think we could have. I think we could have tried to service Zlatan even more than we did.
He was just old, and then his knee got done as well. Remember?
No, but I'm saying in terms of playing to him, I don't think we like. I don't think Man United. We've been a team that's really focused on our wide play and stuff like that, or these magical goals. But then I don't think that our system has been like that. You know, we used to call us we was freestyling for the Oli years. Then we went into the Ten Hag gears of counter-attack, light freestyle when we're popping shots and stuff. And now all of the freestyle stuff is dried up and we just can't score.
Yeah, it's a big.
You know what I mean? We can't score.
There's nothing. Them front three positions are a big problem for Ruben, because I don't know how we're going to get the potency to get chances and score goals. Manchukusa says the two best young strikers in the world are playing against Arsenal and Man City today. Was that the final guy up front? I can't remember his name. And obviously Gyökeres. But he's 26 though. He's not that young. So do you mean someone else? JPNT says we saw the Rashi celebration and thought he was back, but he was actually just powering down his brain for the rest of the game. 0
That's
kg coins on him. Yeah,
I
feel like Rashi. That wasn't his worst. I know there's a lot of away fans that were on him. You know, the match-going fans were on him. I saw that, a few clips of that when they were being asked, like, "Oh, what do you think?" And they were like, "Nah, sell him now, £5 rare." And I know a lot of this community is giving up on him as well. I know that, but I do feel like that one specific game, in terms of attacking ideas, they had none. Like, we were not a force going forward in that game at all. And the manager spoke about why. I don't think that was just on Rashi, although he didn't have his best game. I
think he's the easy target to blame straight away.
He was exactly.
Yeah, it's just I think the whole team were like, it's mad. If you given
he had nothing going forward,
he scored a good type of goal in that game, but then we did nothing. We weren't on the ball.
After that, nobody did anything.
There was a moment when Eriksen could have played him through, and he didn't. But he made a good run. You know what I mean? I feel like it's mad to judge Rashi now. I'm saying I'm going to give him like 6-7 games. He's not going to get a long time because he's been here for years. But at least give him 6-7 games under Amorim to make up your mind. Yeah. I don't think you're going to need more than 6-7, personally. Is he going to show you something he hasn't shown you in those 6 or 7? Absolutely not. We've seen Rashi for years. We know the type of player he is. And then after, we can make our decision and say if he's... But I think, like, what people were saying, you know, and said, like, yesterday was harsh. We were saying, look, Amorim's just arrived. Well, guess what? Like, these players are just arrived playing this type of football. And if a player like Casemiro is scratching his head, asking himself, what does he do after all the Champions League he's won? Then... You have to understand that other players, like is Casemiro a silly player? He's got high IQ, but he didn't know what was going on. A lot of them were asking real questions, you know. So it's, as you said, give it time, and then we'll know.
Craig says, who will provide that striker with chances? And that's what we're talking about, these 2 10s, and how important it is to get that balance right. Garnacho struggled. Bruno naturally can play there. Mason Mount can play there. Ahmad can play there. Rashi, not so much. Xerxes, that's where he's been billed to play as this 10. But, you know, how much is he going to create for us? So, yeah, I hear what you're saying there, Craig. We got a problem in that area. Keegan says,
even our manager said that. Sorry, just the last thing that he went on and said. He spoke about like Garnacho being good receiving, good in the half turn and stuff. Yeah. I don't know if anyone saw that or said that. That's just
that's what I said to Owen. He picked
Ruben
up that he can pick it. Yeah, and he picking up the ball there. That's true. He can pick up the ball in them spaces. The problem with Ghana is that when he then turns and gets into the final third, we were seeing poor decisions being made. In terms of looking after the ball in them half spaces, he won a couple of fouls. He popped it off. Like he was all right. He was all right in them spaces. But the execution for the final action wasn't always there for him. And that's been a common theme for Garnacho, hasn't it, really? That's why we've got to be patient, because he's young. He's trying to polish his final decision making. And we haven't seen it from him yet. But sometimes we do. And that's why he's had such a high amount of goal involvements for someone so young, because he's another youth. We have to fast track. We've been fast tracking so many kids or fast tracking so many people because other people haven't been doing their jobs. There's no way that Garnacho should have been playing all them games. It's because there was no Jadon Sancho because he fell out with Ten Hag. There was no Anthony because he turned shit. And there was no Rashford doing his job on the right-hand side, so we had to bring him back to the left and then send Garnacho out there. So we can't criticize Garnacho too much because he's had to deal with a lot really young. But obviously, it's Man United. You're going to get judged. You're playing week in, week out for this massive club. So I get it. You're good enough. You're old enough, but it has to be, you know what I'm saying? Like when he went through that little period when there was a lot of scrutiny on him and it looked like it got to him, we were saying, well, let's compare his numbers to the so-called best. The company is keeping right now for in this season, the so-called best with Mbappe and Dembele and I don't know who else was in there. Who else was in that thing again? Saka. And obviously he's not better than these guys. Vinicius, but the numbers that he's got are like above these guys at this stage of the season. So, but then you see the bad side of him, and you're like, well, in that 10, he needs to improve on his decision making. Keegan says he hasn't been receiving any service. Our playing style previously hasn't accommodated him. Wingers are selfish. He has delivered when he's been given chances. I think he's talking about Højlund there, Keegan. When you do give him chances and you do feed him, he's saying,
but we've all made our minds up on Højlund. Didn't he get injured earlier this season? How much time has he had for everyone to make up their mind on this player? How many games has he played this season?
He had, well, for last season, obviously he played, and then he come back off an injury to come into this season.
How many games has he had this season? How much minutes has this man played? Because I'm like kind of surprised where has he played enough games to even say that, like, to make up your mind on Rasmus already?
Let me just check here. He's played 4 times. Oh, that's Europa League. Let me get this here. There you go. Current season. He's played 13 times this season. Scored
13 times. And that starts, yeah? That's
starts is,
because you can see the minutes and stuff. Because I don't think he's played
the starts. No, it's not starts. So in the league, he started 5. Community Shield don't count. I'm fit. EFL Cup. Come on off the bench, substituted in once. So he's only, and then he started twice in the Nations League, but that's not us. But yeah, Premier League. So he started twice in Europa League, and he started 5 times in the league.
I don't know,
but he's got 13 appearances altogether.
I don't know, man. Is that enough to make up your mind?
You can't write him off. No. You can't.
I feel like it's like, I don't know, man. I feel like, obviously with him, some people made up their minds already, and it is what it is. I don't think there's anything.
Chris says, why can't we judge someone if they have X games or X starts? Didn't realize there was a qualifying criteria to judge a player on.
Didn't they say you have to give them? You got to look at and does last season not count as well? I don't know if that, like.
Defo not a starter, says Lil Yo-Yo. Again, I think you can learn a lot by your eye test in it. When he does play, even from last year, we can look at what we have seen as a consistent. So when you look at the sample size, what do you see with him?
Bro, I'm going to clear this up, actually. I'll be real. Let me not even waste no more time. Guys, I don't rate that player. I'll be honest with you. You know this Larry, the Xerxes thing, KG, Xerxes, rare, because you know people talk about Gertrude, Ganacho, this, that, and the other. I honestly don't rate him. I should stop lying. This is the truth. I don't rate him. I don't think he's going to be a good player. I just don't see it at all. That's the truth. I see more in the other player. I look at this guy. He looks big and cumbersome. I don't see it. I don't see anything that tells me he's going to be the man. Honestly, sometimes I just be trying to hold back and stuff. I'm being so real with you guys.
Have to say what you can say what your initial thing is. And if
no,
it changes,
bro, I can't see a thing, bro. I look at him and I think, nope. Literally, that's the truth. And you know what it is? I think young player, rare, just, you know what I'm saying? I can't see it, bro. I don't see it at all. Literally, like, and that's the uncomfortable. It's uncomfortable, but it's the uncomfortable truth. And I felt that way very quickly. Just like,
so Larry says, so why are you castigating people not wanting?
Because I can see something more. I see something more.
You're saying with the eye test. You're saying with the eye test.
I'm seeing something that there's something can build on that I can see more. Like when I swing, even when we speak to Saeed, yeah, and I say raw, because Saeed says he's got more time for Xerxes than he has for Ganacho. I'm like, I don't understand that.
No, I don't see that. That's crazy.
I don't, but he said it though. That's what I'm saying. He's fully said it. And I'm like, then what do you see? He's supposed to apparently good on the ball and can do all this stuff and he's more neater. And I haven't seen no neatness. I haven't seen the good on the ball. I haven't seen any of the things they told me he has. If I'm being real, and I've just been sitting here saying, all right, now with Rasmus, I think he spends a lot of time fighting, but you know what? And the reason why I don't even talk about Xerxes, because I just didn't want to say it really. I was like, you know, give this boy a chance and let's see what happens. But I don't like, and I don't think I'm the only one that feels this way. But then you want to give a young player time, young player tax. Maybe he just doesn't know. But all the things that I was sold about, I'm not seeing. And I'm like, well, in this new system, how does he cope? He looks like one of them ones that you say, you know, make weight, if we're being real. He looks like someone you say, you know what, at least I know that this player's a bit quick. I know he can score goals. I've seen the types of goals he scored and said, I think you can do it. Already scored 16 goals in his first season at Man United, scored some Champions League goals. I can say they're not on the same level. I can say one is better than the other one. That's just how I honestly feel. You can say, you know what, you see Xerxes doing this many things better than him. Good for you, lot. That's on your opinion. But from what I've seen, I don't see Xerxes scoring the goals that Rasmus has scored at Man United so far. But then again, that's me.
It's something. Listen, I said it. Didn't Saeed just ask me straight up on the red carpet or someone when Owen was like so flex? I said, "What do you think about that?" She said pretty much what you said. I said, I can't see it, but I'm going to give him to the end of the season because we have to allow someone time. The same way I'm saying leave the door open for someone who's been in multiple years, like Rashford, to see if he can do good, or Garnacho to do good. I have to give him time. Same with Rasmus when he first came in. I saw him wrestling with bare players. Couldn't score, but he was scoring in the Champions League, to be fair to him. And I said at one stage, I was like, let's not get this twisted. Our most likely chance of getting a goal between him and Xerxes is Rasmus. Like, it is. But I just feel that he was bought under Eric, and I've looked at him and I went, well, what's the plan? What's the plan with Xerxes then? I don't know where he fits into this. And then when I just see him, the way he moves, or the lack of movement and the way he moves, I think there needs to be a lot to go his way. He looks overwhelmed. He looks lost. He looks like he's not mobile enough. But I'm just affording Amorim the chance to work.
If he turns it around, I'd be mad surprised. And I can't be able to say, yeah, I always saw it, because I haven't.
It's like the Onana thing, bro. You said Onana, nope, I'm done. Nope, no. And then you said, listen, he's turned it round. He's turned it
Simple
around.
as that.
So until you see that, and as long as all of this stuff, bro, no one has to get this shit right, man. You can there's this thing where it's like, if you're early into something and you make said opinion, that means you either must stick with that or you better be proved right or wrong. It doesn't matter. It's your feeling. From the first few things of looking at this thing, what do you think about it? Well, this is what I think now. Okay, well, I'll come back to you in 6 months, see what you think then. That's it. It's that simple.
Simple as that.
I don't know why there's such a.
I thought Onana was the
You
worst
said
thing, bro.
no. Do you know what I mean?
I thought
And
he
that
was
was
the
through gritted
worst
teeth. Because
thing.
at the beginning, you was like, nah, man, like, I know, like, come on, he can do it. And then you went, nah, he can't. Like, I
We saw him
remember.
getting down
Said,
in
no.
installments, bro. We saw him getting down in installments, and we said,
but into that notion, that's where people are right to push back and say that's why you can't judge him off a couple of months, even though with what you're seeing, you can't see it. Because it was the same with Onana. We literally saw Onana throwing the ball in the net. We went, oh my God, this is a dud. This is not the guy from the Champions League final. What have we been sold? And then now we fast forward a year and we're going, he's got the most clean sheets in the league. He's on form, he's one of the top performing keepers right now in this moment. And he's turned it around. If I'd have said that to you in December when we finished bottom of the group in the Champions League and it was basically his fault, would you have said you could have seen that? The answer would have been no. So that's why we have to leave room for something to change. But you're allowed to say, these first couple of months, not feeling it, mate. Doesn't look like he can move. I can't see it. He looks lost. I'm not seeing the good touch. I'm not seeing the link-up play. I'm not seeing the good technique that everyone says. And I'm not seeing bullying people. I'm not seeing foot race wins. I'm not seeing goal. I'm not seeing anything. So you can say that because that's what you've seen. So I don't think that's a big deal at all.
It is what it is.
And then just be open to it changing. That's the only thing I say. Like if
Simple
you see, I mean, some people are like, they see shit change, but because they said something 6 months ago, they're like, nope, well, nah, still not for me. Bro, he's scoring all the time. Look, he's good. Like he can. Nope, not for me. That's different. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Who will provide? I've read that one already. Keegan said yes.
I hope he proves me wrong, though. I say that for sure. I do hope he proves me wrong.
K-Flow says it's why I think we'll finish 8th on goal difference. And Craig says he doesn't need a loan, he needs service. This is Rasmus Basilo says Gyökeres was not getting games at Brighton at 21. True. Lewandowski was in the Polish league at 21. Too early to call Højlund a dud. I think that's what your point is, KG. Keegan says the only unselfish players up front is Ahmad and Bruno. Mr. Ipswich Town says the lap would be good for you. 50 million. And he is yours. Yeah, the lap looked like the next one coming up. But again, he could be the next Evan Ferguson.
Do that and then be like,
he can do the Evan Ferguson.
Yeah.
Exactly. Eminem says last 5 seasons, Rashi and league position 34 goals and assists. Third season, 35 goals and assists. Second, 8 goals and assists. 6, 40 goals and assists. Third, 14 goals and assists. 8th, see a trend. Environment is so key to perform. Oh, third. Oh, sorry. So that's what. Oh, right. Okay, cool. So that's the league position. And his Rashi last 5 seasons. Oh, and league position. So when we finished third, he got 34 goals and assists. When we finished second, he got 35 goals and assists. When we finished 6th, he only got 8 goals and assists. When he's got 40 goals and assists that season, we finished third. And when he got 14 goals and assists, we finished 8th. So he's environment is key to form. So he's basically saying when we finished higher up the league and things were better, you saw a better Rashford. When the team was shit and finishing 8th and that, he wasn't, and 6th, he wasn't as involved. So he's saying anytime Rashford is good, the team normally finishes higher. So that's probably in support of Rashford, is what Eminem's saying. Tabislow says, have Man United ever lost to a team using slash? Bodo Glimt. Well, we've never played Bodo Glimt. Oh, you know what?
Oh, I hate them new stats.
A little bit, brother. There was a little bit of analysis being given to me by the producers today. Bodo Glimt. They're a good team, you know.
Oh,
they're I haven't got the sheet with me, but yeah, they're a decent team, bro. Like they took some point in Europe. They've been winning games as well. Like they beat Porto. They took points off Union Berlin. Like they're not shit. They're actually not shit. When when Tabby's was saying, "That man got slash in their name." No, like they're a decent team.
So we're in for a tough game.
Yeah, it's not like that Bodo Glimt thing. Don't even know who they are. Easy win. Nah, I don't think it's that, bro. These man can play.
All right. Well, we'll see.
These man can play. Fortune says, honestly, I don't understand how people say Rasmus is bad. He showed a lot of potential, and all of a sudden, people switched like he has missing chances. And Ken says, given up on new players already. Crazy. Give them time, he's basically saying. And Dwayne says, Højlund will come good. Scandinavian strikers. Right now, yeah, there you go. Right now, fire. Well, we have to wait and see on it, man. I do think like the door has to be open. The door has to be open for these players to improve. I do agree with that. You can't just assume that they're all going to be shit and they're all not going to work. Plettenberg was saying earlier on, Florin was basically saying, being told that rumors about Kolo Muani and Manchester United are not currently hot. At the moment, there is no internal discussions or concrete ideas about a loan view in the winter. Omar Mimosa is on a long list of potential targets for the Red Devils. What else does he say? His situation is being monitored. However, as of now, nothing concrete or hot yet. And he says about the left-back situation, which was earlier today, which you already know. Alphonso Davies remains a desired target, but difficult to realise. Theo Hernandez is also on the list alongside other options. However, Hernandez is being closely monitored, contract with AC Milan until 2026. So, you know, it's a good time to try and go in and get him. He's only got a couple of years left, but it's not there. Do you know what I mean? It's not there.
I know everyone wants Cunha from Wolves now, though. I know that's the one that everyone's...
Yeah, what are you saying about that? I mean, I saw that Wolves were saying, listen, they just bought him for 40 million not long ago, about a year ago. So they're saying, if you want him, he's got bare loss in his contract, you're going to have to give us big P's. Do you know what I mean? And they're in a relegation fight. You can't just go and get these guys, or it's going to cost P's.
All right, you know I mean? Listen, well...
It's not easy. It's not easy, bro.
Football's just so frustrating, bro.
It's not easy.
Football is just...
And we want the answers.
We want the answers now, but we're not just going to get the answers straight away, bro.
No, exactly.
Literally,
there you go.
That's where we're at.
Peeps, everyone's going to turn their attention to Sporting taking on Arsenal at their home ground in Portugal. We'll all be locked in, hoping that we see Gyökeres.
I get to see our manager's old idea. Whoa, his idea, like
what's on its way.
Yeah.
Because they're still in his imprint. They still are that. Like he's only left a couple of weeks ago, so they're not just going to forget everything. So let's see. Hopefully, Arsenal are in for a big thing. You know what I mean? For a killing. Magic Q says, "Fine or you must." Six losses in a row for City.
That'd be wicked.
Surely not. We'll see. Anyway, guys, smash the like on the video. Subscribe to the channel if you are new. We'll see you in the morning. And KG's off to do the hate along as well. So make sure you guys lock in. Go lock in. Yes, we're out of here, guys. Take care. Peace.